You are now listening to the Hexgrid Heroes Podcast Network. For sci-fi, Pokemon, high fantasy, or horror, check us out wherever you get podcasts and online at hexgridheroes.com.
Three children are on an adventure with their partner Pokemon, thwarting evildoers while collecting their gym badges. Kory, the boy who can command every type of affinity with ease. Dolly, the daughter of Brock and chosen champion of Arceus. And Orange, the son of Blue, the father that doesn't know of his existence, and also a human Pokemon hybrid. Fueled by their friendship and wanting to be the very best like no one ever was, this is Pokemon Seichao. Dolly, it seems like she got pretty upset by the comment about the Raticate and Orange's chances of beating him, and she couldn't resist and sit back on the sidelines anymore, so she called out her Paris fun guy. And you know, little Paris, he's a small little guy, but he looks pretty determined to battle for you. So we left in there's a standoff between the Jolteon that spikes Orange's Sandshrew and Paris. And Dolly, go ahead and roll into the initiative. Let's see where you are.
16,
so that puts Paris on top. So it's going to be Dolly, then Jolteon, and then the Sandshrew. So Paris will be first.
Yay! Alright, fungi, let's try a scratch attack. That is a 16.
16 does hit.
Excellent. So scratch is plus 2 to hit, so 18 technically to hit. 2d4.
No.
Oh, derp. My bad. That's 4 and 2. 6 damage.
6 damage. So where the Sandshrew failed, Paris is actually able to just waddle its way up to Jolteon. Jolteon's kind of like looking at it weird, kind of trying to figure it out, and it just pokes out and scratches at the Jolteon, and the Jolteon gets a little hurt by it. The Paris has a pretty sharp little claw, and it is Jolteon's turn now. Jolteon, put that little bug out of its misery. Thunderbolt attack. So let's see what happens with this. It's not going to be good for Paris, I don't think. So that's a 6 plus 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hit?
Nope.
Ooh. All right, so Jolteon is going to use a Thunderbolt attack, and the mushrooms on the back kind of absorb some of the shock, and it seems unfazed by the attack.
That wasn't very shocking.
Sandshrew, is it turn?
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted a rebuttal there, so.
No, Spike's not about it.
It seems like the small, cute plant Pokemon is actually holding up quite well against him. Maybe the less intimidating, the better suited. No, I'll just stick with Sandshrew for now. Sandshrew, use a scratch attack! That's a 14 hit.
14 to hit, it does hit the Jolteon. So go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, that's going to be 1d6 plus 1.
Oh, and something real fast, Dolly. Well, before I forget, he does have electrical fur, so melee attacks take 1d6 lightning damage. So just for that scratch attack you did on it, take 3 damage.
But I wouldn't take the damage because it's lightning.
No, so because it's electrical fur, Sandshrew would be immune to it.
What did Sandshrew get? 5 plus what?
5 plus 1.
So 6 points of damage to Jolteon.
Oh, only 6 damage?
Yeah.
So 6 damage.
It's almost max.
Sandshrews weak.
You barely just got him. Not that long back.
Would have helped if you kept Geodude.
Yeah, I know. And, I'm realizing I have a lot of useless, not useless Pokemon. Not useless, but I can't use them quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I should have kept Geodude in the mix.
So that scratch is going to get Jolteon, but it does very little damage to it. Electricity starts flying off of it, but it doesn't affect Sandshrew in the least bit.
And Orange takes this as a victory. Good job, Sandshrew!
Missy's going to be watching, the new generation of trainers up and coming. She's going to think in her head, that boy, there's something about him. He reminds me of somebody. And we're going to go back to Kory. Kory is fighting against the Shadow version of Shadow Gordon. And the evolved Shadow Pokemon, they were they were Ekans and Zubat, but now they're Arbok and Golbat. And Kory has his hands full currently with his Nidoking and Midge, the Pidgeotto, fighting against these Shadow Pokemon.
And before we do anything, this is kind of a Kory moment. Kory's going to whip out his Pokemobile. Delia, is Golbat a poison type Pokemon?
Golbat is a poison and flying type Pokemon.
Dang. Alright. Thanks, Delia. And he'll put it back in his pocket.
You're welcome. By the way, you have 1 voicemail.
I'm not in the battle right now, Delia. Later.
Later, okay.
And he'll tuck it back into his pocket.
Are you done with your social media?
I was just strategizing against your twisted Pokemon and how best I can put them at ease.
Well, how about I put your Pidgeotto at ease with a Leech Life attack. 21 hit.
Yes.
It's going to wrap its wings around Pidgeotto, and it's going to sink its teeth into Pidgeotto, and it's going to do 11 damage. Now, you do have affinity, and it's a melee attack, so it would be half, so half of 11. But plus 2, because I do have the affinity.
Yep. 6.
So 6 damage. And it's going to be attached to you now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not letting go of Pidgeotto.
Now, you want to give it HP back, or has it taken no...
Oh yeah, I get... And Golbat does recover half of the damage done.
The total damage would have been 13. So
we'll
6.
do the final damage. What was the final damage again? 6?
Yeah.
So it's going to get 3 more HP.
Okay.
And it's basically Pidgeotto can't fly now because it's wrapped itself around it. Pidgeotto's crash landed with this Golbat wrapped around it, and its teeth just sucked into Midge.
Just bat wings flapping, and it's just trying to escape.
And Midge is trying to escape, and she's just like, there's fear in her eyes. She can't do anything.
Gotcha. Now Nido-King's turn.
Yes.
Now, can I return Midge while she's...
Well, actually, it's Midge's turn. It is Midge's turn.
Yeah. Can I return Midge when she's attached like this?
You can try, but there's not really, because the Golbat's so large, it's blocking most of her.
Okay.
So you might not be able to recall her.
Yeah, think of it like Pokemon when the anime
Mhm.
when Brock's Onix has Pikachu.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's going to be really
Ash's
hard.
trying to
Yep.
return the Pikachu.
So how hard? What would it take for me to do it properly? Maybe if I could do a strength check to break free and then return her. Since it is.
See if you can break it.
Mhm. Midge, beat your wings. You can get out of this. 16.
17.
Okay.
So you're trying to get Midge to break out of this so that you can recall it, and it's trying to flap, but it is pretty much smothered by the skull bat, and it's slowly getting its life force drained. But and the Golbat's just healing up.
It's funny because the natural rolls, he beat your natural roll.
Yeah, but Midge has a negative.
I got a +2 strength.
Yeah.
Nidoking's turn.
So I'm gonna see if Mega Punch has returned. Nidoking, I need you to help Midge get out of that bat's bite. Mega Punch that bat. So he's gonna just turn slightly to the right and just clock this Golbat. Because it's attached, it's kind of... Golbat right now, mechanically, is kind of grappled.
Yeah, you'd have advantage.
Okay.
Because you're technically flanking.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 15.
15 on the Golbat does hit.
Okay, so that is 3d8 plus 4.
You need a D8.
I got it. I grabbed them in between, so that is 11, 13, 17 points of damage.
And it's physical, so halved.
8.
For the previous round, Arbok was loosely wrapped around Nidoking with the bite. Nidoking takes it, throws it off of him. It's pretty strong. Let's say it gets thrown into a desk about 10 feet away.
Cool.
And then he sees the Golbats wrapped around Midge on the ground. He just strikes at the ground and hits the Golbat. And it does do a good chunk of damage. And I'll say this is strong enough to dislodge the Golbat from Midge, and Golbat rolls off and it's prone on the ground besides a downed Midge.
Good job, Nidoking. Thank you, Midge. We'll get you some help real quick.
It would be Arbok's turn now. Arbok acid spit that Nidoking. So it's gonna go ahead and acid spit as a ranged attack.
Cool.
18 hit.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be 2d6. 14 damage.
What
and
kind of damage is acid?
It's a poison attack. So yeah, you take half damage because the ground does resist the poison of the acid. It does start burning the skin of Nidoking. It does let out a roar, but it's nothing serious. It is Golbat's turn. It's going to automatically get back up by itself, and it is going to attack now Nidoking, the thing that punched it. Oh, I gotta see if I haven't been checking my recharges. That's on me for Gust. It does not recharge. It's going to try to leech life on Nidoking.
It's a good thing I'm not there because it would be trying to leech like me.
13?
Nope.
So Golbat, in retaliation from getting punched, and it took a lot of damage, it tries to swoop down on Nidoking and go ahead and make a grapple attempt.
Opposing strengths.
Opposing strengths, yeah.
19.
So you're 19, it's my 10. I'm gonna say that as Golbat comes at you, trying to bite you, Nidoking's gonna one-hand grab the Golbat, and it's now grappled in Nidoking's hand.
Nice.
Midge's turn. Midge is on the ground. It took a good little beating.
Because Golbat is grappled, would I get advantage on an attack against it from Midge?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Plus it's flanked, so.
Yeah. Midge, get up and wing attack that Golbat. We need to finish it off. Teamwork, guys. Nat 1. Okay, so the other one was higher. 6 plus 5 is 11, so it probably misses.
Midge has lost some blood.
Mm-hmm.
She just misses pretty wide on that attack. Maybe she's seeing 2. But yeah, definitely misses, and it's going to go to Nidoking's turn.
Okay. First, I'm going to see if the Mega Punch recharges. It did not. You know what? Nidoking, just spike that Golbat on the ground and slam it. So tossing. Oh, let me see if you can slam. 23. So like a pro football player, just spikes it on the ground for. Oh, okay. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Halved, obviously.
So 4. Yeah.
I need to get a Pokemon that doesn't do physical attacks.
So yeah, currently the Golbat is prone. It gets smashed into the ground, and Arbok's turn. Because Nidoking is busy with the Golbat, Ekans is. I'm gonna roll for stealth versus your Nidoking's perception.
Nat 20.
So Nidoking sees Ekans coming up to constrict it. So I'm gonna give it disadvantage on this.
Okay.
Well, actually,
just
you
don't
have to
give
make a
it
save.
advantage.
So I'm gonna give you advantage on this
Okay.
to make up for that.
What is the save?
17 strength.
18.
So
22.
So again, it's gonna try to sneak up and constrict you, but Nidoking is able to stop it, and now he has Arbok by the neck.
Okay, this is a very... Nidoking's a beefy boy, but right now, because of the resistance from Affinity, it's still helpful, but right now, what I wouldn't give for an elemental type Pokemon.
Golbat's turn. It's keeps starting every turn from the ground. It's gonna get back up again. Oh, recharge. Nope. Golbat, stop messing around. Supersonic, both of them. So I need both of your Pokemon to make a Wisdom save.
Okay, Midge got 19. Nidoking would need another dice to pass that.
Okay, so the one that failed takes 6 damage from the sonic waves and has disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Okay.
Then it is going to be Midge's turn.
Midge, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to switch you out with someone. Take a break. And I'm gonna summon back Midge and bring out Weepinbell. And as an aside, listeners, whenever I look at or read the word Weepinbell, I can't not say it in that southern accent that James is from the show. What was James's betrothed?
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Yeah, Jezebel.
You don't run it properly.
Yes. Every time it's been sitting right there, and I have to stop looking at it. So yeah, now Weepinbell takes a spot. Now I'm gonna roll for their initiative. 2, 3.
So you are still above Arbok.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you actually take Nidoking's
Okay.
place. So Nidoking would be second now.
Okay.
So your Weepinbell kind of has a chip on his shoulder based on what happened with the whole, when it was a Bellsprout, Dolly just destroying it, and then you pretty much destroying it, saying you weren't going to catch it, and then it did end up evolving. So it does have a chip on his shoulder. it looks a little emo with his leaf. He looks very he just looks very grouchy.
In defense of Kory, he wasn't going to take him, but then when Kory saw the determination in Weepinbell, he decided to take it to see how strong they can get. So he wasn't crappy to the Weepinbell the entire time, but yeah, I absolutely see why it would be a little terse.
So yeah, it's a very emo looking
Yep.
Weepinbell.
Okay, so Weepinbell won't get a turn, just bringing it out is here now. So now Nidoking goes.
So yeah, Nidoking and then he'd go.
Okay. Nidoking, while you have that Arbok, give it a horn attack, and it's going to have disadvantage because of the supersonic. Its disadvantage even is still a 21.
So that definitely does still hit the Arbok.
I'm 3 plus 4 is 7, and I need a Constitution save.
That's a 22 for the con save.
Okay. Okay, well then it will take half of 66. Oh god, now I roll good. 12, 17, 21, 24, 28, 14 points of poison damage. 16 points of poison damage.
So the poison is not going to be very effective, but this horn, it's pretty much a headbutt from this thing in a grappled state, and Arbok just, as he headbutts it with its spike, he lets go of the grip on it, and this Arbok just goes and flies to the other side of the room. Let's say you can take some residual damage, a d6 of damage. So Arbok is not really able to move anymore. It probably has every bone in its body broke right now. It's still wiggling, biting, and
Does it have bones? Yes.
yes,
It
snakes
has
have
a
bones.
very long spine and lots of ribs, and all of them are bruised.
So yeah, it's just on the ground, just biting out, still,
Kind of pathetically, just
Yeah.
weakly, yeah.
like a feral, animal, no matter how hurt it is, it's still going. So Arbok's out, and Weepinbell's turn.
Alright, welcome to the match, Weepinbell. Hit that Golbat with a Razor Leaf.
Bell.
I love your enthusiasm. 3.
So you're still getting used to being Weepinbell's trainer, and he kind of just nonchalantly throws out some razor leaves, and they kind of just miss horribly, yeah. And he doesn't look like he cares very much.
When that thing takes a bite of you, you're gonna care a lot more.
He kind of just blows his leaf that's hanging on his head. Bell. Going back to the top of the round is Golbat. Arbok's out of commission. So I guess Golbat, you need some more HP. Go ahead and leech life that Weepinbell. He does recharge. I just got recharge on Gust.
Nice.
So I'm gonna stick to my leech life, but just so we know we got it back.
Yep.
So +6 to hit, Weepinbell, 12, 18.
Weepinbell, definitely, yeah.
And by the way, your aura has changed and there's a green in there now.
Oh, nice.
So 8 +2 is 10. Halved is 5 damage to Weepinbell. And I get half of that, so is that 2?
Why would you take half?
Leech life.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, you would get 2 in return, yeah. I was thinking you took more damage, but yeah, 2 back.
So Golbat gains a little bit of health. This really upsets Weepinbell.
Nidoking.
Nidoking's turn, yes.
Alright, Nidoking, finish off this Golbat with a seismic toss. And I got a 6 plus 4 to hit, plus 4 strength, 14 to hit.
14 to hit. That actually meets the AC.
Okay.
So how much damage is it doing?
3d8 plus strength mod. 13, 14, 18, 20 points of damage.
20 points, and that's halved.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 points of damage. and you go ahead and explain how it goes.
Okay, so Nidoking grabs Golbat by the lower jaw and one of the wings, spins it around and around, and slams it up against the window to the right.
And it's actually gonna, based on that attack, it's gonna break its wing. So it's just kind of flapping with one wing kind of like in circles. And it's not knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at 0 HP, but it can't really fight anymore because that was pretty monstrous of a throw that Nidoking did to it.
Okay, Weeping Bell, you're primed. The thing, it can barely keep up. Spit some acid at it. Oh, 20. Not natural. For 2d6 of poison damage. 10 points. I don't get bonuses to that. So 10 points of acid damage.
So he's gonna go belt and spit a acid ball of spit onto the Golbat, and now the Golbat is just flapping around in acid and sizzling, and it's just in bad shape. Gordon kind of realizes that both his Pokemon are unable to fight, so he doesn't say anything. He just walks towards the Arbok. He grabs it. He's walking back.
Grabbing it by the tail.
Yeah. And just dragging it. And then he's going to walk over and just grab the Golbat. And he's going to choke both of them.
Let him go, Gordon. You lost. Let him go.
And they're wiggling and, biting and, trying to fight. And then their movement just ceases.
What did you just do? What did you just do, Gordon? Did you just... Gordon! And he's looking around for anyone to help him.
A Pokemon who can't fight doesn't deserve to live.
You're a monster!
I'm a monster. Well, how is it fair that I've grown up my whole life wanting to have an affinity? I would ask my mom every day as a child when my affinity was going to come, but it never did. But then you have every single affinity, and I couldn't even get one. I couldn't even get one affinity.
I wish I could ask my mom a question every day, but I wasn't able to because she was killed by a pack of Beedrill. I moved on. You need to just take your lumps, find what you're good at, and move forward. I didn't ask for a rainbow infinity. A rainbow affinity. I didn't ask to be some chosen one from some ancient prophecy. I just wanted to be a Pokemon trainer and meet some friends and travel Kanto and see the world. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask for white hair at age 10.
He's just in deep thought at this, and he's just pondering over some stuff. Gordon isn't really listening to what you're saying. It seems like he's in his head. He's thinking back to after the procedure that he had. Sylvan is talking with him after the procedure. Well, it looks like everything went just fine. I'm sure you'll like your new modifications. You're now way stronger than you used to be. Okay, so now I have more power than before. Yes, you have way more power. You'll have to do something about those weak Pokemon of yours, but the Shadow power should be able to be more than sufficient to get them stronger. By the way, there's something else that you can do with this new Shadow version yourself. You can... I wouldn't recommend it, but you can shut off your humanity completely and get unforetold power, but I don't know what kind of effects it would have on you. Well, I'll do whatever it takes. If I have to and it comes to that, I will turn off my humanity. And he goes back to, he's out of thought now. He's laughing, just deranged, like, you have all the affinities. I have none. I just wanted one, but you have them all. You can't share with me, can you?
I don't know. I would if I could. I don't even use it that much. It's just kind of a... I needed to teach you that you can't treat Pokemon like tools of war.
I know. I'll kill you. And then you won't have any affinity either, and we'll be the same.
You can't kill me. I'm just a kid.
I can do anything I want. Humanity. I cast away my humanity. As he says this, his eyes glow even more intensely red. His dark aura intensifies.